Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for Education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto, huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na Pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hi, good afternoon, pupils. How are you today? Today is another day of learning in our English 2. Okay, students, pupils, are you there? All right, so welcome to our ETUlay program of the Department of Education, Philippines. Okay, so but before that, let's first read. Okay, for greetings, let's have the comments from below the, all right. So anybody from the audience? Okay, just wait for a while.
Sir, nag-feedback pa rin po, maingay.
Okay, so let's, okay,
Sir, nag-feedback po.
Okay, so how about that, sir? So is it feedbacking? All right, so good afternoon, Angelica Sorelia, watching from New Canaan Integrated. Okay, so thank you for watching. Just wait for a while. So we have technical problem for feedbacking. All right. So just wait. Okay. All right. So how are you today, pupils? Today is our day of learning for English 2. So, by the way, tutor Jennifer, okay, is not yet around because some important matter to do, right? So, but this time, don't you worry. We shall have the review for this afternoon. Okay, welcome again to our English 2, 1:40 to 2:20 p.m. Okay, so we're already fixed May echo. Okay. Tingnan natin ha. Alright. So this time, okay, we're using the Fibot, okay, learner's material that is for grade 2 English. So this is now our module that we'll be using. Ginagamit po natin ito, okay, mga bata, pupils. So thank you so much. All right, so thank you for watching. We have from Balete Central School, Ashri Luestro. Okay, thank you so much. Hi po from Rafael Royo, right? So thank you. Now, before we start our review and tutorial for this afternoon, please bring with you or prepare the things that we will be using. Okay, we have pencil. Another is notebook or pad or paper. We have the modules, the laptop, and the mobile phone. Okay, if you have there, kung meron kayo dyan. All right, so that you will have the part 4, take noting, okay? Or answer directly with the answers here in our tutorial. So by the way, nakita ninyo, nakasuot ako ngayon ng Boy Scout. Okay? Kasi ngayon ay simultaneous ng say of National Anthem and 500 years of we have this what you call this one, the being freedom, no, sa story about the life, no, of Lapu-Lapu, okay, sinakop, no, ni Magellan tayo dito sa ating bansa. So 500 years. So kanina nag-simultaneous say of National Anthem kami, so ganito naka Boy Scout tayo, right? Okay, we're now in quarter 3, week 5 for English 2. We have the important details in expository texts, right? So this would be our topic this afternoon. But before that, allow me to present to you our objectives. So these are our objectives and expectations toward our tutorial this afternoon. Okay, minsan mag-Filipino ako, minsan Bisaya, para mas lalo pa maintindihan ninyo mga bata, okay, ang aralin natin sa araw na ito. Since it's English, no, we try to practice, no, our skills or our learning, no, in English, no, in our previous learning, no, kasi ngayon ay grade 2. So we have this kind of eagerness to learn, okay, this day. All right. So thank you so much. All right. So, but before that, let's have a review. So, let's have a review. Ano bang naintindihan ninyo yung last na topic na binigay ni tutor? We have tutor Jennifer. Okay. So, last time you discussed about made up and real stories and texts, no? So directions, right, are if the statement may happen in real life, and M if the statement is made of. Okay? So kung sabihin nating real life, ito ay sinasabing may katotohanan talaga. Totoong-totoo. Okay? Kapag sinasabi naman nating made of, it could be ginagawa lang or it could be some sort of imagination or some sort of thinking, creative thinking, no? Na sinasabi natin kakaiba siya. So, iba siya sa real life. Okay, so handa na ba lahat ng ating mga manonood? Alright, hello po watching Macrina, Sylvia de Guzman, Martin. Thank you so much po. We're ready. Okay po. Alright, so let's start. Okay, number 1 and 2. Okay. Number 1, I want to buy wings and fly high up in the sky. What is your answer for number 1? Okay, for number 2, there are different plant species in the forest. Okay, what about number 3? Cows give milk. Alright, so lagyan nyo ng number. Tingnan natin kung ano ba ang tama. Tingnan natin kung ano bang nagpapakatotoo dito. Yung may katotohanan talaga at saka yung made of lang. Okay, gawa-gawa lamang or is let's have the creative thinking of the author. Alright, so for number 1, okay, sige, lagyan natin ng number ha para hindi tayo malito. Alright, so for number 1, the correct answer is... Okay, marami sa inyo nakakuha ng letter M. Very good. We have Shikinya Heart Manaloto. Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much. We have also Isaiah, Asher, David. That's for number 2. Tingnan nga natin. So number 1 is M. Number 2 is R. That is real. So sinasabi natin real kasi yung plant species talaga, okay? Kasi maliban sa forest, sa paligid natin, di ba? Marami itong mga different plants. So yan, napapatunay talaga yan. Natutuo talaga. Alright? For number 3, cows give milk. Tingnan ko nga. Alright? So yung mga sagot nila, ayan. Thank you so much. The correct answer is real. Ito yung nagpapakato. Ito yung katotohanan lamang kasi nagbibigay talaga naman yung mga cows ng milk. Okay. So alam ko nakita na kayo ng cows, no? Na kinukuha ng milk, no? So thank you so much. Next is number 4. That is M. Batman saved the world. That is M. Okay, bakit made of? Okay, ito ba ay totoo si Batman o ito ba ay katang-isip lamang? Okay, sinasabing made of lang siya. Okay, so by the author or sino bang nagsulat nito, it's just an imagination. Okay, next is, thank you so much, Daryl Dirama. Correct. Next is number 5. Christmas is celebrated every December 25th. Okay. Number 5, ano bang sagot ninyo? Ito yung tanong. Christmas is celebrated every December 25th. Alright. Irene Miranda. Real? Alright. What about Sean Nathaniel Hernandez? Okay. Denise Loren. Alright. So I think almost all of you got it right. So that is real life. So meaning to say, magkakaiba talaga ang real life tsaka yung made of. Congratulations! I hope you got all the items right. But this time, to give you another learning, okay, not only in the discussion that we had with your tutor, Jennifer, I'll be discussing with you about expository texts. What is this expository texts? These are informative texts that explain something to the readers. So meaning to say, you are explaining, okay, to the readers in order for the readers to know about a text or about the content. That is expository. Don't forget that one. All right, grade 2 students. They give facts. Ano ba itong facts? Ito ay makatotohanang mga detalye, impormasyon about specific topic. Nagbibigay siya ng topic o paksa. Okay? The author's purpose is to inform, describe, or explain his or her topic. So mean to say, pupils, nagbibigay ang authors. Ito yung authors, sila yung sumusulat. Okay? Nagbibigay sila ng purpose, information, nag-describe sila, nag-explain sila about yung paksa. Okay? So tingnan nga natin sunod. Ano bang meaning pa nito? Examples ng expository texts are found in the textbooks. We have newspapers. Kaya ano ba itong textbooks? Yung mga libro ninyo, mga aklat, maraming mga expository texts dyan na nagbibigay explanation ng isang paksa. It could be newspapers, it could be magazines, it could be journals, it could be biographies, it could be encyclopedias. Nakita na ba kayo ng encyclopedias? Okay, Rafael Royo, you got it right, your 5 items, very good. Maintain that one, okay? So that all of you pupils will pass all the subjects, especially the English subjects, with the highest honors, all right? So just study and keep that kind of motivation in you, with the help of your parents and especially your teachers. So it could be magazines, it could be journals, it could be encyclopedias, atlases, or other formative materials. Ano pa ba? Meron tayong mga magazines. Yun nga, sinasabing mga magazines, yung mga newspapers, dyaryo. Okay? Yan yung mga expository text. Maraming expository text dyan. Alright? So now, we have this, how do clouds form? I'll be reading to you about this text. Nakikita na ba kayo ng ulap, mga bata? Nakikita na ba kayo ng ulap? Kung tingnan natin sa langit ngayon, makikita ba kayo ng ulap? Ano bang nakikita niyo? Opo, alright. Okay po. Gabriel Alan Escobedo, thank you so much for sending. We have also Shiana Daniel Hernandez. Thank you, Denise Loren Basilan. Okay. All right. We have Mavis Tumaning Guillermo. Yes po. All right. So tingnan natin ha kung paano ba nabuo ang ulap. Okay. Paano ba nabubuo ang ulap? Okay. Cloud formation, ito mag-cross, okay? Cross subject tayo. Kasi ito yung may learn din niyo not only in English now, we're talking about here the text, but also this is science, right? Okay, sa science natin ito malalaman yung mga cloud formation. Opo, alright. Starts with evaporation as water and air. Earth is heated by the sun. So, may evaporation tayo. The water vapor raises into the air. So, yung water vapor, kung titingnan ninyo, kung tag-araw ngayon, kung makita kayo ng tubig dyan sa daan, at saka yung may tubig, no? Kapag na-hit yan ng sun, o ng ano ba yan? Ng sun niya, yun, ay, tataas yung water vapor. So, maging water vapor yan. Then, papuntang A. Mabubuo yan doon sa langit. Yung mga clouds na. So, a tiny droplets of water drop together and become clouds. So, mean to say, magiging itong cloud. So, if the air becomes cold enough, so from water vapor, then the cloud falls down as rain. So kapag nabuo na yan doon sa itaas, no, sa langit, so magkaka-form na, and then yun, magkabuo na lahat, then may thunderstorm, meron ng lightning, kaya pagkatapos niyan, magkakaroon na talaga ng heavy rain. Okay? So, kaya meron tayong ulan. Mahilig ba lahat na maglaro sa ulan? Okay? Kung mga bata, no, masarap maglaro sa ulan. Yun nga, yung mga past memories, no, makuan pa na ko yung past memories ng elementary, no, maglaro sa ulan. Sarap maglaro sa ulan with friends, no, kagaya ninyo. Now, how do clouds form? The paragraph above tells about the clouds are formed. The details and process and how they are formed are presented. So this paragraph that gives information is known as expository text. Please mind you, pupils, remember this text. This is expository text about explaining something, presentation of information and data. That's an example expository text. Next, let's have now the learning task directions. Write true if the statement about expository text is correct and false if it is not. Do this in your notebook. Okay, let's try this. Please prepare your notebook and your modules. Let's start. All right. Question number 1. It presents information and facts. Okay, number 2. Lagyan nyo lang ng number para malaman ko kung saan number yan, okay? It aims to amuse or entertain the readers. Number 3, it may present a process of steps in doing something. Okay, true or false lang. Tingnan natin ha, kung ano ang answer for number 1, answer for number 2, and answer for number 3. Alright, so anybody from the group, class pupils, I know you have your good idea. Please post it now and try to write in our comment box so that I will read to you the correct your answers, and let's reveal later about the answers of this. All right, for number 1 item, okay, he says it's true. Okay, true. All right, true about Cindy TFF. Let's try to reveal now the answer. It presents information and facts. Is it expository? All right, it's true. Thank you so much. Congratulations. You got the right answer. What about number 2? It aims to amuse or entertain the readers. Sinasabi ba itong expository or not? So tingnan natin ha. All right, for number 2, that is false. It will not be entertained, okay? It will not be entertained to the readers. How about number 3? It may present a process or steps in doing something. Okay, tingnan natin ha. Number 3, okay. There are, Made up. All right. What about, okay, Jeff, thank you. Number 3, what's your answer? The correct answer is, tan, 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 tan. Your answer is, all right. It may present process or steps in doing something. That would be true. Okay, thank you. Congratulations. All right. What about number 4 and 5? 4, it is fictional in nature. 5, it may compare and contrast two or more items or subjects. What's your answer for number 4? Okay, let's try to think if it is true or false. What about number 5? It may compare and contrast two or more items or subjects. Tingnan natin. All right, what is your answer for number 4, class? Okay, nagbabasa ako sa yung answers. Denise, Loren, Baselan, tingnan natin kung tama ba ang sagot. That is false. Very good, Denise. We have number 5. It may compare and contrast two or more items or subjects. Number 5 is, let's reveal the correct answer. All right, who got it right? Cindy, she says F. Let's try to see. That is true. It may compare and contrast two or more items or subjects. Okay, I hope you got all the right items, no, in our exercise. Okay, let's proceed now. Expository texts. Expository texts are fact-based texts. They are non-fictional or non-fiction texts that provide information or details about particular topic or subject matter. Class, pupils, these expository texts are fact-based texts. Diba sinasabi natin, makikita siya sa dyaryo, makikita siya sa encyclopedia, makikita siya sa magazines, makikita siya sa atlases, at iba pa mga readings. Okay? So meaning, makatotohanan talaga ang nilalagay dito. Right? So that is expository texts. There are 5 ways in presenting an expository texts. We have, mind this one, okay, these all are expository texts. I know you have this in your module, and andyan yan sa inyong module class. Okay, grade 2 pupils. Number 1, grade 2 pupils, we have description. Presents characteristics, features, and examples of described subject or topic. Naga-describe. Okay, gidescribe lang yung paksa, kung ano ba ang thing or idea. Description. That is kind of expository. Okay? What about Chloe? Hello, Smiley. All right, number 2, sequence. Kung sinasabi natin sequence, it presents items or events in numerical or chronological order. Kapag sinasabi nating sequence, pagkasunod-sunod, sunod-sunod yung mga bagay, kung anong story, kung ano bang una nangyari, pangalawang nangyari, pangatlong nangyari. Example, sa inyong bahay, kung nag-aaral kayo, ano bang mauna? So, umigising kayo ng umaga, pagkatapos mag-pray, pagkatapos mag-fix ng bed, pagkatapos maligo, pagkatapos kakain, mag-toothbrush, di pupunta ng school, or mamano sa parents, or, okay, so papaalam. And then, yan yung mga source, o mga sequence ba na sunod-sunod. Okay, it could be numerical or chronological order. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is sequence. Mind it ha? Description and sequence. Number 3 is comparison and contrast. Kapag sinasabi natin comparison and contrast, binibigyang, ano ito? Okay, pag-compare, pagkumpara. Okay, pagkumpara, paghahambing, at ano bang kaibahan nila? Okay, that is contrast. Explains how two or more things are alike or different. Okay, magkaiba ba ang banana at saka apple? Okay. Saan sila nag-alike or similar? Okay, saan ba sila nagkaiba? Okay, magkaiba ba ang pusa at saka daga? Magkaiba ba ang pusa at saka aso? Okay, saan ba sila naging alike? Saan ba sila naging different? Okay, that is comparison and contrast. What about cause and effect? Cause and effect explains the causes and the result. Example, cause. Ano itong cause? Dahilan. Okay, ano bang dahilan? Ba't ka na late? Okay. That is effect, no? Effect na late ka. Okay, bakit ba? Ano bang dahilan? Kasi siguro matagal gumising. Okay? It could also walang baon o kaya wala pang kain. Okay? So mean to say, causes kung sinasabi nating effects, may mga causes yan. Kapag sinasabi nating causes, magkaka-effect yan. So, may dahilan at saka may sanhi at saka may bunga. Kung sa Filipino pa class. Okay? Pupils, okay, I know you are viewing right now and actively attended with my session. Okay? So, tingnan natin sa gaya ng real life situation. Ano bang problema? Example, financial problem. Ano ba ang ginagawa ng parents, ginagawa ng ating mga guardians o ginagawa ng ating mga nakakatandang kapatid? So, naghahanap ng trabaho para matustusan po ang ating pamilya. Problema nga, no? Kasi tayo ay naharap natin ngayon yung COVID-19 pandemic. So ano bang solusyon? Yung gobyerno natin naghahanap ng paraan upang masolusyonan yung problema. So ano bang solusyon? Okay, binibigyan tayo ng health protocols na gagawin natin. Tsaka ano pa yung mga funds, yung mga pagbibigay ayuda para sa mga nangangailangan. Example, yung mga nangangailangan talaga, yung mga poorest of the poor, yung nangangailangan talaga, no, nakulang sa pag-vision kasi nawalan sila ng trabaho. Okay, yung mga magulang nila nawalan ng trabaho. So bibigyan ng gobyerno. So, yan yung pagbibigay ng kung may problema, meron tayong solusyon. Okay? Don't forget that one, okay? So, that comprise the expository text. Huwag kalimutan, babalikan natin ha. Description, sequence, we have also comparison and contrast, cause and effect, and the last is problem and solution. Okay? Nakuha nyo ba mga mag-aaral? Okay? Next, tingnan natin. Task 2. Directions. Identify what element of expository text is used in each item. Select your answers from the choices below. Write your answers in your notebook. Alam ko marami kayong nandyan yung mga things ninyo. Notebook, sulatin natin yan. Okay? So, please make with you your module. Alam ko meron kayong mga modules dyan. Alright. We have these 5 items. Now, what you're going to do is to write a number and put your answer based on the choices on the box. We have this description, we have this sequence, we have this comparison and contrast, we have this cause and effect, and problem and solution. Diba, sinasabi ko kanina, okay, nag-discuss ako, okay, ano ba, ito yung mga topics, o ito yung mga issues, ito yung mga data, or ito yung information. Kailan ba natin magagamit itong expository text? Paano natin gagamitin? Okay, nakabase ito sa types. Okay, so for number 1, ano ba yung sagot? Number 2, ano ba ang ating sagot? Number 3, number 4, number 5. So titingnan natin sa ating monitor. Sino ba ang sumasagot ngayon? Lagyan natin ng number ha. Lagyan natin ng number para hindi tayo malito. Titingnan natin kung ano ba yung sagot base sa ating choices. Okay, for number 1, in planting, you have to place first some soil in a pot, then put the flower seeds in it. So ano ba ang yung sagot for number 1? Number 1 is very good, Sophia. You got it right. We have also Dennis Loren. Very good. Number 2, Desiree is smaller than Emma. Dinidescribe niya, gina-compare, no? Desiree is smaller than Emma. Okay? So ano bang sagot natin dyan? Number 2. Lagyan natin na number ha. Number 2, ano bang answer natin dyan? Ano bang answer natin number 2? Comparison. Very good. Cindy Bacos. EU Santos. What about number 3? COVID-19 hit the country. All schools were closed. Diba na nasa natin yan ngayon? Kasi kadalas yung mga all schools were closed because of this COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, ano bang answer natin dyan? Okay, number 3, lagyan ng number. Lagyan ng number po, number 3. Okay, number 3 is, Teka nga, tingnan natin yung mga sagot ninyo. Alright, number 3 is, cause and effect. Very good. Neri Daluso, congratulations. Next, we have number 4. Many Filipinos were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The government provided support funds to them. Ayun na. Sinasabi ko na kanina. Okay, affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Ano bang, di ba? Yung ayuda, yung maraming ginagawang gobyerno para matustusan ang pangangailangan ng ating bawat pamilya kaysa pamamahay. Number 4 is problem and solution. Very good. You get it right. What about number 5? The Philippines is a country in Southeast Asia. It is divided into 3 major islands. We have Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. What is your answer for number 5? Number 5 is description. Congratulations! You got all the items right, students or pupils. Okay, so kung nagkamali kayo, pwede nyo ma-replay ito, okay, para matama yung ating mga sagot. Okay? So, try to practice, okay? So that you will get all the items right, no? Especially in our modules. Okay, tingnan natin ha. Sunod na naman. Okay. Directions. Arrange the following in sequence or in order. Write 1 for the first, 2 for the second, and 3 for the last. What is your answer? Okay, how to plant flowers. Sige, lagyan nga ng numbers dyan. Ano ba yung una? Water it every day and put it in a place where there is sunlight. In a pot, put some soil. Last is, put some flower seeds. Ano ba dapat ang mauna? Ano ba dapat nawa? Diba sinasabi natin may sequence. So ano ba dapat yung mauna? Diyan sa tatlo. Ano ba dapat ang mauna diyan sa tatlo? Okay, class? Alright. Tina Boya, thank you so much po for answering. Very good. You get all the items right. Ano bang mauna dyan dapat? How to plant flowers. Okay, meron nag-answer ng 3, 1, 2. Okay, John Rose Landrelio. Thank you. Tingnan nga natin. Yung una ay in a pot, put some soil. Tama. So, kung mayroon tayong pot, lagyan natin ng soil, di ba? Una talaga yung soil. Okay? Una talaga yung soil. Pagkatapos, anong sunod natin? I-water ba natin agad and put place where there is sunlight? Wala pa namang soil, wala pa namang seeds. Okay, mga buto ng ating gulay or ano pang fruits nito or ano pang lalagay natin dyan. Alright? So, anong sunod? Okay, we have to put flower seeds. So, gaya nga na nabanggit dito, flower. Okay, pangalawa siya. Pagkatapos ng soil, lagyan natin ng flower seeds. Pagkatapos, anong gagawin? Para ma-maintain at saka tumubo ng malusog ang ating bulaklak. Ano pang sunod? We should water it every day and put it in a place where there is sunlight. So the answer is 3, 1, 2. Very good, Gauden Liam Santos. You got it right. 573. Wala namang 573. We have only 3, no? You put it 1, 2, 3. Very good. You have this good idea, okay? Next, the correct answer is 3, 1, 2. All right. Next, learning task 4. Write A if the statements are like or have the same ideas, and D if they are different. Tingnan natin ha. Okay. Number 1, Josh, let's go to the mall and buy some new clothes. Roby, I was thinking of the same thing. Let's go. Okay, that is from Josh and Roby. Okay, ano ba ito? Is it A or D? Okay, pareho lang ba sila? Tingnan na natin kung anong tamang sagot. It's letter A. Magkakatulad sila. Okay, I like. Very good, Fatima Johara Cruz. Thank you so much. Number 2. Tingnan nga natin number 2. The difference between Annie and Sophie is that Annie does not like to eat vegetables, but Sophie loves them. Okay, from the word itself, no, meron na tayong clue dito. The difference. Ano bang tamang sagot? So, yan ang pagsagot ha. Kapag meron tayong mga clues, context clues, pwede rin din yan. Kaya mahanapan natin kung ano ba ang tunay o right answer dyan. Letter D. Very good. Jonas J. Visto. Alright, letter D. Number 3. Both Daisy and Sonia want to go to the beach. Go to the beach. Both of them. Silang dalawa talaga. Number 3. Anong tamang sagot natin dyan? It's A. So, kung sabihin natin A, alike, magkatulad silang inisip na gusto ko rin pumunta ng beach. Kayo, gusto niyo ba pumunta ng beach? Kasi tag-araw ngayon, no? It's summertime. All right? So thank you so much. Okay. Next is another. In your notebook, complete the paragraph by selecting your answers from the choices below. Okay. All right. We have this description, non-fiction, information, inform. You write 1, 2, and 3. Then you write the correct term or words for this text. I will read to you the text. Expository texts are blank or fact-based texts. They tell details or information about a particular topic. They are written to describe or explain. Some types of elements or expository texts include blank, sequence, comparison and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. So tingnan natin yung ating mga sagot base sa tatlo na iyan. Okay, lagyan ng number 1 to 3. Tingnan nga natin kung tama ba yung mga sagot. Okay, tingnan ko sa aking cellphone. Number 1 is very good students. You got it right. Thank you for supporting. We have John Rose Ladrillo. Thank you. Inform, description. Dapat yung mauna natin, number 1, lagyan ng number. Sinabi ko na kanina, lagyan ng number para di tayo malito, no? So number 1 is non-fiction. Very good, Ashley Luistro. What about number 2? So, kuha na natin, isa natin yung non-fiction. Ano number 2 natin? 2, okay, that is inform. Okay, Neri Dalusong, thank you so much. Very good. Inform. What about number 3? Number 3, description. Very good, Denise. Very good. You got it right. That is description, sequence, comparison, contrast, cause and effect, and problem solution. Diba? Discuss ko na yan kanina. Bravo! Thank you so much. Now, let's have retelling events. Kapag sinasabing retelling events, no, from the word iulit natin yung pag-retell ng events. Iulit natin yung pag-tell ng events. Okay? Yung mga nangyari. Retelling events is a skill which used regularly, such as telling someone about your day or weekend. It is a difficult task and requires many small skills to be developed first. Kapag sinasabing retelling events, sinasabing ibalita or ano bang pag-tell, ibahagi uli, no, kung ano ba ang nangyari. Now, retelling events, you have to remember or act out important events, but it would be better if you can remember the entire story, right? So, mas maganda kung ang event natin, yung mga narinig natin, tama at sakto. Hindi walang dagdag at saka walang kulang. Retelling na the story. Okay? So, that is, kung meron kayong mga nakuwang impormasyon. Example, this short story, The Garden. Julia and Anna went gardening yesterday. They watered the plants and bushes. Julia picked up the dried leaves and threw them in the garbage bin. Anna planted sunflower seeds. After doing their tasks, they sat under the tree and ate apples and bananas. They immediately went back to their house because it rained. Kagaya ngayon, umuulan. So, it rained. Okay. Meron tayong mga major or main characters natin dito. Walang iba kundi sila Julia at Anna. Meron ba kayong mga kaibigan na kagaya ng kanilang mga pangalan? Julia at Anna? Alright, peoples, let's proceed now. So this is the garden. Learning task number 1. Read the short story below, then choose the best answer for each question. Then write the letter of your answers in your notebook. So, kagaya kanina, nabasa natin yung story. Okay, ito yung another story naman, okay, to master the skill. Tingnan natin kung ma-master ba natin yung mga tinatawag nating retelling, the events. Hamburger Sunday. Michelle and her friends have hamburgers every Sunday night for dinner. She helps her friend Lily prepare the buns. When the ham is done, Michelle sets the table. Everyone enjoys the delicious hamburgers. Nakakain na ba kayo ng hamburgers? Okay? Saan ba kayo kumakain or mahilig kayo kumakain ng mga hamburgers? Alright? So ang ating mga main characters dito ay sila Michelle. Her friends, no? We have Lily. We have, sino pa dito? Yung mga friends niya. Okay? So tingnan natin. This is hamburger sundae. Okay? Opo, yes. Masarap, di ba? Iba-iba yung flavor ng ating mga hamburgers. Yung mahilig sa hamburger, yung spicy, yung mahilig sa with pepper, di ba? Iba-iba yung mga hamburgers, tsaka mga buns. Kaya yung buns yung taas, di ba? Mataas yung oblong style. Tsaka yung hamburger is yung pabilog siya. Okay? So, iba-iba yung hilig natin, yung mga flavors nila. Okay? Meron yung mga hamburgers na Ali. Okay? Thank you. Now, this time, right, step na ko. Right. What do Michelle and her friends eat on Sundays? Lagyan ng number ha. Tingnan natin. Number 2. What do Michelle and Lily prepare? Number 3. What does Michelle do after cooking the ham? Tingnan natin kung ano ang tamang sagot for number 1. Okay. A, hot dog. B, hamburger. C, fries. Alright, tingnan natin sa monitor natin. For number 1, it's letter B. Very good, students. That is hamburger. What about number 2? What do Michelle and Lily prepare? Ano ba ang kanilang piniprepare? For number 2 is letter C. Buns. Diba? Yung ham lagyan sa buns. Okay? Letter C. Number 3. What does Michelle do after cooking the ham? Tingnan nga natin yung number 3. Thank you so much. All right, very good. Fatima. All right, thank you so much. Let's letter B sets the table. That's based on the story. Kaya gayang sabi ko, retelling the story. So makukuha natin yung sagot based sa istorya na sinasabi ko kanina o sinabi ko kanina. Right? Congratulations, you got all the items right. I know you're enjoying right now with our tasks. Read the short story below and choose the best answer to each question. The right, the left, kagaya pa rin kanina. So babasahin nga natin. Red Riding Hood. Mother gave Red Riding Hood a basket of food for Granny. On her way through the woods, Red met the wolf. Ooh! The wolf ran ahead to Granny's house and pretended that he was Granny. What big eyes you have, said Red. And what big ears you have, Red screamed when the wolf tried to eat her. The woodcutter came and frightened the wolf away. Okay, there is a woodcutter there. Okay, that's the end of our story. This is a short story. Okay, or a text, no? Entitled Red Riding Hood. Okay, I know you are familiar with Red Riding Hood, right? So, read the story. Do you like the story, students? So, let's start, no? With the questions right here. Why is it we have to retell this story? All right, I have these questions, number 1, 2, and 3. Who went to visit her granny? Number 2, who said, what big eyes you have? Number 3, who frightened the wolf away? For number 1, what is your answer? A, Red Riding Hood. B, Fox. C, Woodcutter. Let's try to see for letter A. And number 1 is letter A, Red Riding Hood. What about number 2? What is your answer? Let's check. It's letter A, Red Riding Hood. What about number 3? Who frightened the wolf away? What is your answer? The correct answer is, it's the woodcutter. I hope you got all the items right here. Thank you so much, students or pupils. All right, thank you. John Rhodes Andreo, very good. And we have Irene Miranda, thank you. Now, let's have task 3. Write true if the statement is true or correct, and false if it's not. Do this in your notebook, okay? Do this in your notebook, for learning task 3. All right, I have here the items 1 to 3. Number 1, retelling events refers to remembering what we read or listened to. Number 2, you must read the story again while retelling. Number 3, it is okay to forget the important details of the story in retelling it. Tingnan natin kung Ito ba, okay, ay nagbibigay ng katotohanan or is it false? All right, so let's now reveal the correct answer. For number one, Janus, according to Janus, he said true. That is correct. What about number two? According to Denise Loren, true. Okay, false. Bakit false? It should not be read again. So tingnan na natin, babasahin natin mabuti first yung ating story or makinig tayong mabuti story. Then i-tell natin story. Hindi na tayo magbabasa pa. Again, tingnan talaga natin yun again yung story. So pwede rin naman, no, kung sakali makakalimutan natin, okay, but we try to know and familiarize the story or events, no, or the texts. Pwede rin yun, okay? So, could be false. Number three, it's okay to forget the important. Hala, is it okay to forget important details, class? Hindi pwede. Dapat hindi natin kakalimutan yung important details kagaya ng mga important events, yung mga main characters natin, ano ba yung dahilan, ano ba yung mga sanhi, no? Ano ba yung climax, ito yung falling action, ano ba yung mga wakas nito ng ating story. Very good. I know you got all the items right. Great job, students. Retelling and or reenacting events. So last na lang ito ng ating topics. Kagaya nga sabi ko kanina, these are two important skills that you must have to check how you understand particular story. In doing this, you need to actively listen and focus the details or information presented to you. That is retelling again and again. And reacting, meaning to say, reacting. Ano bang nangyari? Ano ba yung nangyari yung nag-meeting kayo? Okay? So, not only retelling, but only reenacting. Okay? Retelling is somewhat like, you tell a story again by focusing on the important details. Details include the characters, details includes the settings, and events. Yung reenacting naman ay refers to acting out a story. Kung ano ba yung sinabi ni Red Riding Hood, okay, from the story that you have read or listened to and you have acted out by focusing on important details or information. Sinasabi natin, bigyan nating kulay, not only retelling but also acting it by our own facial expressions so that we will go deeper. Tingnan natin kung ano bang kabuuan ng storya. That is reenacting, acting out. Now, you may also relate yourself in every event so you can easily remember or recall what happened. Yung mga problems, yung mga situations. Directions, read the short story below, then choose the best answer for each question. Write the letters of your answers in your notebook. Sinasabi ko nga kanina, the two skills are retelling, the second one is reenacting. Okay? Acting out. Okay, I will read to you the short story. This Amber, the ant, and the dove. Okay. One hot day, Amber, the ant, was searching for some water. He came to a spring, but to reach it, he had to climb up a blade of grass. While making his way up, he slipped and fell into the water. A dove sitting on the nearby tree saw him and quickly plucked a leaf, dropped it into the water, and saved the drowning ant. That ends the story. That ends the story. We have Amber the ant and the dove. Ano bang nangyari sa ating kwento? Ba't natin relate ito sa retelling at saka reenacting? Tingnan natin sa mga questions. Number 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, where did the ant climb to get some water? Number 2, how did the dove save the ant? Number 3, if you were the dove and you saw an ant drowning, what would you do? Let's go back to number 1. What is your answer? Is it letter A, tree, letter B, vine, letter C, blade of grass? Tingnan nga natin. Number 1 is letter C. Very good, Denise. Jeff, very good. That is letter C. Number 2 is letter A. Plucked a lip and dropped it in the water. Okay. Number 3. What is your answer? If you were the dove and saw an ant drowning, what would you do? Ano bang ating gagawin? Okay, it's letter A. Save the end. Not only in this fiction, no? It is fictional. Okay? Pwede rin sa ating real life. Kung makita tayo ng mga batang nadapa o kaya ano nangyari ba sa bata o sa classmates nyo, okay, i-help natin sila. Okay? Huwag tayong magbully o huwag tayong gagawa ng hindi nakakabuti sa ating kapwa. Maging mabait tayo at palakainigan sa ating kapwa. Okay, yan naman ang ating role ng mga bata. Okay, read a short story and select the best answer pa rin, then write the letters of your answers in your notebook. Harry and the Purple Crayon. Harry is very imaginative. One day, he decided to go for a walk. He took with him his favorite purple crayon. He drew the moon. It started following him in his path as he continued his walk. Along the road, he drew his favorite tree with his purple crayon. Moving a little further, he drew a beautiful sea with a boat to sail. That is a story about Harry and the Purple Crayon. Now, let's have the 3 items only for these questions. Who is the main character in the story? Okay, tingnan niya natin. Is it Peter? Is it Gary? It is Harry. Okay, the correct answer is, it is Harry. Very good. Number 2. What is the favorite color of the main character? No other answer. It is letter B. Purple. Very good, Eliza Grace Mendoza. Very good, Gallagher Agala. What was the last thing that Harry drew? It's letter C. C. Diba? Sinasabi natin, diba? Sail. C. Okay, that is our story there. Reenact the story in a learning task 5. So this is reenacting from retelling the story. Using the questions below, this would be your guidelines. All right? Was he able to reenact the events well? Did I include all important details in reenacting the story? If you have this retelling the story, you have to reenact based on these guidelines. You should? Okay, yes. Okay, what about number 2? It should also be, yes, you include important details. Not only reenacted events well, but also include the important details. Very good, pupils. And this time, the last activity in your notebook, complete a paragraph by selecting your answers from the choices below. What is your answer for number 1, number 2, and number 3, class? We have events, we have understands, we have reenacting. All right? Let's see if you get all the items right. Number 1, retelling blank refers to recalling important details from the story read or listened to. Meanwhile, number 2, events means acting out the story using the necessary information. Retelling and reenacting events are 2 important skills that one must have to know if he or she blank a particular story. What is your answer for number 1? Number 1 is events. Very good. And G. Bell. Okay. Number 2 is reenacting. Very good. Del, very good, very good. You got all the items. And we have other pupils who are here. Thank you so much for supporting and participating actively. Number 3 is understands. Congratulations, students. Yay. Nice work. I know you've learned many things about our review and tutorial this afternoon. All right. So thank you for your active participation, class, pupils, and be reminded that everything will be okay if we are going to delve deeper and practice well in our mag-practice po tayo sa ating pagbabasa, okay? Para marami tayong matutunan. Tsaka kung magka-problema tayo, pwede you can ask questions, you can ask assistance in your elder brother or sisters, your ate kuya ninyo, sa inyong mama, papa, mother, father, no? Or especially sa inyong teachers, no? We have this communication virtually or in a messenger, or in a text or call. So right away, they will give you assistance and help. no? Kung meron tayong hindi naintindihan ng lubos. Sa ganitong paraan ng ating ETUlay program, no, matutunan natin lahat yung mga kinakailangan matutunan kasi ito yung naging gabay ninyo sa inyong pag-aaral. Pwede ma-review ito, ma-replay para marami kayong makukuhang sagot o ang interaction natin. Yan naman ang mga importante talagang dapat natin makuha. Alright? So, thank you so much. Okay, never stop learning. No? Okay, so once again, I think that ends our session for today. This has been your tutor Jess for the subject English 2. Okay, sub-tutor for tutor Jennifer. Okay, so stay tuned for our next subject English 3 with tutor May. Okay, so see you in the next episode, no? On our ETUlay program of Department of Education, Philippines. Okay, never forget or please remember the quote from Bibik Madlani, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Sulong edukalidad. DepEd, tagumpay. See you again. Bye. See you.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Filipino. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!